Okay. Okay, thank you for your patience, meeting. We're back, joined by the crew from Kansas City. We've got players Josiah Allick and Brandon McKissic, along with Coach Billy Donlon. Friendly reminder to the media, please ask your questions through the Zoom chat. Let us know who you are, who you're asking the question to, and I will field those questions for you. And with that, Coach, if you wouldn't mind opening a statement.
Yeah, my biggest, of all the teams that I didn't want to play in the very first round, no disrespect to the other teams, it's these guys, because we have two players on our roster, Brandon McKissic and Marvin Nesbitt, that have ever played in a Division I tournament, ever. Everybody else, this was their first experience. And so when you play the back-to-back guys, they know the edge, and experience is the greatest teacher. And I'm not making Dave did a great job. The first 15 minutes, I take full responsibility as a coach. It's not on our players. Their coach did a better job than I did for the first 15 minutes. I will also say, though, that when we watch the film, it's like the NBA talks about. Sometimes basketball is a make or miss game. The amount of shots we missed in the first half, in the first 10 minutes, we didn't guard very well. That's a credit to their offense, but we shouldn't have had 22 going into halftime. It should have been 38, 31 or so. So credit North Dakota State. They played like the back-to-back champions that they are, and this will be a very valuable lesson for our players moving forward. And then the last statement I'll make is, everybody talks about the Kansas City defense. Let me give you guys a couple stats about our team. We're top 5 in the country at shots at the rim. Top 5, United States, all year long, and we never get to the foul line, ever. They go 19 for 26, we're 12 for 17. We were at the rim all night, and we only get 17 free throws. Man, that's tough. That's tough. It's there's a lot of offensive physicality that's allowed, and there's no defensive response. So that's something we're going to have to adjust to in the offseason. But I've never coached a team that's top 5 in the country, shots at the rim, that goes to the foul line with the infrequency, or really not infrequency, the little amount that we do. And that's something that we're going to have to correct in the offseason.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go right to the media for questions here. The first one is from Todd with the Reaching the Summit podcast, and it's for Coach. Does the second half effort show what type of team you have and kind of the effort you play with?
I mean, I think that, I didn't have any doubt at halftime that we would come out and go on a run. I just told our guys that North Dakota State is going to value possession, and you're going to have to grind it. It's not a game. We've had games before where we're down double figures and you get right back in. North Dakota State doesn't allow that. And I told them you got to try to win every media timeout. And after the first media timeout, we did that and gave us a chance to tie the game late. But no, our guys have tough. Nobody has handled the amount of adversity as Kansas City has this year. Everybody talks about this player, and I feel bad for any player who's out. Marvin Nesbitt played half of our conference season. Arkel Lamar came for 4 games, injured, out. Hitty Rusnick, entire year. Demarius Pitts, out. These 2 guys didn't play in the first series against North Dakota State. And none of that is excuse-making, but the reality is when people talk about Kansas City basketball, nobody talks about what we went through, the amount of adversity we handled through the course of the season. So it didn't surprise me that our guys would respond the way that they did, because they're champion guys.
Question from Jared Fox from the Kansas City Athletic Commission. This is also for Coach. He says, a huge night for Josiah. What did you think about his performance tonight and his future?
Yeah, I mean, I think Joe is a very talented player. He did a lot of great things offensively, and hopefully from the offensive side of the ball, he'll build on what he did tonight, and I think he will.
Question again from Todd for Josiah this time. You had a great second half. Did you feel like you changed something from what you did in the first half, or why did things come into play for you?
Well, it kind of just came with the first half. I was nowhere to be found. Offense and defense, I was either missing easy shots at the rim or giving up easy shots at the rim. And so at halftime, I kind of had to do, I was like, it's last game of the season, I let my guys down quite heavily in the first half and definitely had my lapses in the second half. But I just played with a different fire that I feel like if I would have had in the first half, we would have won. And, our offense, Coach Donlon, all of our guards, they have a lot of trust in me. And so, if I want a shot, they'll get me in a position to get it. And so I just have the easy job of just, shooting it. And so.
Another question from Todd, this one for Brandon. Brandon, how would you compare your first season here for your team in the Summit League compared to just the way things were in the WAC?
Honestly, it's very different. You know, the WAC is, you know, not as very offensive oriented. Not a lot of, the Summit's definitely a better three-point shooting team. But Coach Donlon, he works on us every day. We put our hard hats on defense. We try to limit threes. So this was a good. I mean, I feel like, you know, being in the Summit, I liked it. You know, it was a great year for us. You know, it was a good opening year, but Kansas City's not done. We're nowhere near done. You know, that's kind of funny for me saying from senior, but we're nowhere near done. You know, this is just not even a stepping. This is just a little preview. I feel like these guys, like, we work harder. We work very hard. They tell us that I don't think there's many guys that work harder than us every day in, day out in practice, because that's where that second push comes from, because we practice every day building for stuff like this. Our season, our non-conference, it builds for things like this. You know, and Coach Don said that me and Marvin Ness were the only two that played in a D1 tournament, you know, but I had faith in all of my guys, 1 through 15, that in that second half, after a slow start, that we were going to make a push, because we grind every day.
We'll give the last question here to Jared Fox, and we'll have both players answer this one. When you look back, Josiah, what will you remember most about this particular season?
Wow. I mean, just grinding every day with the guys. You know, I mean, every practice is intense. Every drill is head to head, and you know, I don't know what a lot of our guys are doing next year, but you know, I got love for all of them, and so I mean, just the time on off the court together is just, I mean, it's a bond that it's hard to replicate anywhere else.
How about you, Brandon? Thoughts on that?
I can look back from the season, yeah, my team. That's the one thing out of everything, out of the success, out of the downfalls, out of the in-betweens. Like, this team really stuck together as a family. Like, we're family first forever, and we're going to live by that. So this group, like, you know, that's all I can take away from this, because it's like we worked hard. We worked hard every day as a family, and we went at it. We butted heads. You know, we had our differences, but at the end of the day, we came together as just one big family, and we all had one true goal, and we try to reach that every day. And, you know, that's what I'm going to miss most, because, like, I tell them every day, like, those are guys I would, like, 10 times out of 10, no questions asked, I want to go to war with every day. No other. So.
Awesome. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Thanks to the media for participating. That will conclude today's post-game press conferences, and we will be back tomorrow with the 4 semifinal games starting at 11:45 a.m.